Hello everyone, this is Pal Ponder on Weather coming at you with another video. In this update, we're going to be talking about Tropical Storm ETA that is going to bring some flooding rains into the Cayman Islands as well as Cuba, then getting into the Bahamas tomorrow, and then pivoting northward towards Florida, potentially making landfall or just to the south of South Florida, and then going back into the Gulf of Mexico by the middle of next week. So before I do get started, if you do like weather related content, please subscribe to my channel, as I will upload about 5 videos a week to keep you updated. And I do ask you to share this video with your friends and family that may be impacted from ETA. So let's kind of delve right into it. Here's the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. As of 4 a.m., it is moving northeast at 10 miles an hour. The center actually relocated a little further south than what it was yesterday, but we're dealing with some about 20 to 30 mile per hour southerly shear, but a lot of the convection is well to the south and east of the center, where they've got tropical storm force warnings in effect for the Cayman Islands, as it will regain tropical storm characteristics later on this afternoon, becoming a 45 mile per hour tropical storm. As it moves northeast, it'll bring some torrential rains over the Cayman Islands and getting into Cuba, and then it's going to hit this upper level low right around Florida, and it's going to pivot northward and also slow down, but also expand its wind field as well. So by Monday into Sunday into Monday, you're going to be getting into the tropical storm force winds in the Bahamas, and then making a beeline towards South Florida. And the official track literally brings it just south of the very tip, I think over Marathon. I mean, if it it's a moot point if it actually crosses. It's not official until the center actually crosses land. So I think impacts are pretty much going to be the same whether it makes official landfall or not. But if it does, that will be a storm. And every month we've had a landfall in the U.S., every month since May, June, July, August, September, October. And this would be November if ETA Center is able to cross land as it moves across and pivots back into the Gulf of Mexico by the middle of next week. And this is Thursday. So you can see when it gets near Florida, its wind field is about 65 mile per hour. So you're going to be dealing with tropical storm force winds well inland. So as it pivots northward, the wind field is going to expand. So pretty much from the center of Florida all the way down to the south, you're going to be experiencing those tropical storm force winds. Now let's take a look at the latest satellite image. You can pretty much tell where ETA is this morning. So a lot of the convection is actually on the south side, and those heavier rain bands will feed into Jamaica today, as this is slowly propagating northeastward and then bringing those flooding rains. I mean, it's going to be some torrential rains in the Cayman Islands today as this moves northeastward throughout the weekend, and eventually pivots more north as it runs into this upper level low. Now let's take a look at the water precipitation available in the atmosphere, and this is a true depiction of how this is going to play out, because I mean, it's just going to be some torrential rains over the Cayman Islands today. I mean, I'm expecting some 6 to 10 inch amounts easily over the Cayman Islands just today alone. So you can see some of these heavier rains are up to upwards of 4 inches per hour. So that is some extreme rainfall, and these heavier rain bands will swing into Jamaica as well. So I do expect some of your heavier rain showers getting into as feeder bands feed off of the outer bands of ETA as it pivots northeastward. But look at by tonight, I mean, it really gets its act together, and some of these potential rainfall rates at 4.5 inches per hour. That's pretty extreme. I mean, I know when like Hurricane Harvey made landfall, and when it dumped record 60 inches of rain over Texas, there was a time it rained 7 inches per hour. So that was just some extreme flooding. So it's pretty rare to see this potential in the atmosphere raining 4.5 inches per hour. So that can be some extreme flooding rains as it moves into the Cayman Islands, as getting into Cuba, today and then overnight tonight. But as this will move, start to pivot and run into the upper level low, this will actually slow down. So this will increase the rainfall, and this wind field will actually expand. So then you're getting into tomorrow afternoon, getting into those heavier rain bands into the Bahamas, where you're going to be experiencing those tropical storm force winds as well. And then still in Jamaica, you'll be on the outskirts of the trailing feeder bands from this system. So I do expect a rainy weekend on the island for you guys. But as this will propagate northward, this will actually slow down, bringing some of those heavier rains now into Florida. So you're going to be experiencing those tropical storm force winds as early as Sunday afternoon in parts of the tip of Florida. But by Monday morning, you're going to be pretty much locked in, and you can see the rains spread well inland all the way to the center of Florida. So a good chunk of Florida is going to be hit with tropical storm force winds. And like I mentioned, the center is just pretty much, the official track literally takes it over Marathon. So, it's a moot point if this center actually crosses land or not. The impacts are going to be pretty much identical, because a lot of the impacts are going to be well northward as well. So as this wind field expands, now by Tuesday, this actually pivots back into the Gulf of Mexico. We just can't get rid of ETA, as now you're going to be, some of those heavier rain bands are still going to be in Florida, dumping those 2 to 3 inch rainfall rates per hour. So it's going to be a long week ahead for you guys in Florida. And like I mentioned, by Sunday afternoon, here's some of the wind gusts that you could be experiencing. And here's the eye right now, or the center, the center. So you're going to be experiencing, and these are not, so you can add about 5 to 7 on top of this. But yeah, you could be experiencing those 60 to 65 mile per hour winds over the Bahamas coming up on Sunday afternoon, and then the southern tip of Florida. But as this as ETA gets closer, and you can see it doesn't really move very fast. So this would be overnight, Saturday night, Sunday night into Monday morning. The center will be just south of Florida, bringing those tropical storm force winds well inland, getting in towards Naples and Miami area and Fort Lauderdale by then. And then here, like I mentioned, this is just one of the latest computer models. here's the center. So it's pretty much, is it going to cross or not to make it official landfall or not? But like I said, impacts are going to be well inland, bringing the tropical storm force winds all the way through the center of Florida and extending southward. And this will propagate back over to the open waters on Monday night into Tuesday morning, bringing those higher winds back into like places like Naples. So you're going to be still experiencing some of the higher winds as this moves back into the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico on Tuesday. And here's some of the rain amounts from NOAA, the Weather Prediction Center, from now through Saturday through Thursday around 7 o'clock. So but basically between now and the 12th, you could be dealing with some of these orange areas from 6 to 10 inches, from like Naples to Miami to Fort Lauderdale, southward, maybe you can get into West Palm Beach. So you're going to be locked in not only tropical storm force winds, but 6 to 10 inch rain amounts. And those higher amounts of even 4 to 6 inches will extend further inland, and even the 2 to 4 inches will extend in the center of Florida. So a lot of Florida is going to be impacted from ETA, and especially the Keys as well. Now here's the storm surge. So we're still going to have a little bit of a storm surge. This would be a 65 mile per hour tropical storm as it would be approaching Florida. So yeah, 2 to 3 foot storm surge in the Keys, as well as by Marco Island, and then getting into Miami as well. So, and these will extend northward, but to 1 to 2 feet. So yeah, there's a little bit of a storm surge impact as well. But the main impact is going to be wind, and then the torrential rains. Here's the expanded view of how, but basically between now and Friday afternoon. And yeah, the bullseye is pretty much going to be over the Cayman Islands with those extreme flooding rains that I expect over the weekend. So it's just not going to be a pretty weekend over the Cayman Islands today and tomorrow. And those heavier rains will get into Jamaica this weekend as well. So I do expect some heavier rain showers throughout the weekend, not like inundated all weekend at all times, but it'll be sporadic. But yeah, I'm expecting 2 to 5 inches possibly over the island of Jamaica, and this will propagate northward over Cuba, bringing some of those heavier rain showers and some of those flooding rains into the Bahamas of 6 to 10 inches, getting into Florida as well. But the overall track of the computer guidance of all the models congruent together, the official track takes it basically over the Gulf of Mexico, and then this is by Thursday. So this is just a long time away, and some of these models extend all the way to 168 hours. That is like literally next Saturday. But all the computer models are pretty much congruent now that this is just an all Florida event, and you're going to be inundated with some of those tropical storm force winds and heavier rains just all week long. You're going to be dealing with ETA's impacts as this will not be going away for about another week. So man, ETA's been an incredible storm. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. Please like it. Definitely leave your comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to catch me in the next video where I protect you before and after the storm.